Hello, everybody. It's Ed Rosenberg, and today I'm speaking to Scott, Mark, and David. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I met Scott around a year ago. He had an interesting proposition, and we developed it. And you guys made some changes about bringing um, Amazon commercials, about Amazon sellers to the commercial space, TV cable commercial space. To tell me a little bit, I think it's Scott, what specifically is CTV? What can it do for an Amazon seller?
Yeah, so we created a product called Amazon Sellers CTV. And what that does is that allows you to basically get your commercial onto streaming television. So if someone's using any of the advertiser supported streaming services, we can target the commercial inventory in those channels. And the cool thing about that is because it's a digital platform, we can target the household specifically to the consumers you want. So it's not like you're doing with traditional TV, a giant shotgun approach. You're actually dealing exactly with the specific people who are most likely to buy your product.
So the same commercial is being different things are being watched depending on who they are. Is that correct?
Yep, yep. And what's cool about it is so where you put something on traditional television, you hope that people are watching when that's on. What we're doing is we're chasing the person as soon as they turn on streaming television. Our system is looking for them and then feeds them a commercial. And then once we show the commercial in the household, we also identify all the other digital devices and we can stream and target those devices too. Plus, the other thing that's super cool is that we can track from the point of exposure to the commercial all the way to the purchase. So that allows an Amazon seller or a private label person to really see the effectiveness of their ad dollar.
Okay, so now Amazon sellers, private label sellers, brands that have been built on Amazon has become a humongous business. And everybody's looking to go outside of Amazon. So what have we found works well on this platform? What specifically? What product lines?
I'll take that. So you can really see that digital has always had an advantage for retail merchants because it's trackable, it's targetable. With connected television, as Scott just described it, what you really find is it is fantastic for all those same merchants or businesses that traditionally leverage search and social and display native, what have you. So that might be retail, low ticket, sock. Seen a lot of success with, something as simple as a sock purchase, but something also all the way up to as expensive as a mattress purchase. And you can see it's effective within that full spectrum, whether it's a blender or a pair of premium socks or mattress or a swimsuit. We've seen really, really good results in all of the core retail categories that you could think of that traditionally see success on search and social and are now really finding a brand new audience on connected television in the same way that they used to on kind of when Facebook came out in 20 years ago.
Right. I mean, what intrigued me when I first heard about this is that every single sale you make on connected TV, you would not have made on Amazon. It's not like they would have gone to Amazon and bought the sock from you, right? So
Yeah, that's a great point. Go ahead, finish that thought.
Yeah. So just walk me through the process. Let's say I'm selling a plant-based food which is only available on Amazon. So what would be the process? I come to you, I sign up, I fill out the form, and what's next? There's an analysis, what's next?
Well, I'll let Mark speak to the media planning and function, but what I'll say is this. Generally, you should think of it as the same kind of planning you'll go through with any other traditional digital channel. Let's identify who the audience is. Let's identify what the message is that's meaningful to that audience. Let's identify where we can find that audience, whether it's through third-party segments or Amazon data, like SKU level audience development. Anything that you can do in Amazon, we can do that in this program. And then we can start to look at the inventory that feeds that. And depending, and a lot of what we hear, especially from Amazon private label, is that the the ability to start expanding their business outside the footprint of Amazon, where they can continue to grow the core business. Amazon will continue to be the core focus of their revenue, but they can also start to deploy this type of media outside of the Amazon space, whether it's to a Shopify store or any other e-commerce platform. And we can track, just like we would with digital, across both the Amazon space and the non-Amazon sales.
Right. So, I mean, let's say I'm on my Peloton, and I'm watching Netflix and something, and a product comes up in a commercial. Like, how do I buy it?
The same way you would buy any other product. You're going to go to the internet, you're going to pull up whatever that endpoint was, whether it's search Amazon for David's blenders, and you find that Amazon store.
Right, but it's giving me a direct link to the Amazon store.
No, that's just, you can't click on a television. So
right.
Your Peloton example is one, but most connected television is watched on television, and you simply can't click on it. So what we find is the identity of the devices that are watching the ad are linked to the identity of the devices that are purchasing the product. And that's how we do what you're describing, which is the attribution piece. I don't need them to click because of the way the technology is leveraging the ad exposure and the outcome.
Right. So there's a little bit of, because when you go on Amazon, you search, you buy, and you click. You don't have
That's
that.
Right.
You're watching TV, so you have that. So it's really great for branding, I would say, too. It's more for
branding and direct response. So the same way you've seen ads with telephone numbers for years and years, people just call the number. It's the exact same thing here. They either call the number or they use their phone and they go straight to the site or from their own computer and so on. But it works exactly the same way TV always has.
Right. And the attribution, like, how accurate is that? I mean, how accurate is, because you don't have, I could watch it and I could buy it in my office. You'll never know.
No, it's pretty accurate, right down to the order ID and all the details that go along with it, so that you can understand who actually converted and when they were exposed, down to the time date stamp.
Right. So basically, you guys know who you're pushing it to.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And
one of the interesting things we can do with Connected TV is, let's say you wanna target your product to different audience segments, different people you want to market to. So let's say you want to do housewives who are home with 2 kids. We could do a commercial that just targets those people, and then we could do another one for people who are outside of the house and target that message in that commercial to just that audience.
Right, and you can do A/B testing. Is that what you're saying? You can see what works better.
Yep. But what we can do is, it's a direct response medium, so you can target the message to the specific people you're targeting. It's not a broad message; it's more specific.
Mm-hmm. What kind of results have you seen so far for Amazon sellers,
David?
So you're going to see results range from not working, because certainly there are components of performance, like the creative and the investment, the time window, et cetera, that you might get a net neutral. You might need to optimize your campaign, but all the way out to 3, 4, 5x and beyond. The kind of the best of the best are in the 10x plus range, but there are others that require optimization and creative effectiveness optimization processes. So it can range is the best way to describe it, the best way to answer that, Ed. But all in all, the benefit is that, just like a search program or a social program, not every line item, not every campaign, not every effort, not every ad is going to perform at the level that you want to see, but you can measure it and optimize it just like you would digital to find that performance over time. And for some, it might take a short period of time. For some, it might take longer. But the ability to actually narrow in and optimize performance is truly unique.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the fact that you can target specific audiences is the main selling point, which you cannot do on regular TV, obviously, right? But a Super
That's right.
Bowl, whatever the Super Bowl is, whatever the commercial is.
Right.
So,
One of the other things that's great about Connected TV is that it also lifts all your other marketing channels. So we see a lift on every other marketing channel, your search, your social, etc.
right. So, I mean, would you say that it's only effective if you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, or not necessarily?
Mark?
What we work with, and this answers two things. One, how to get started, and then that question, right? What kind of an advertiser can do it? When an advertiser starts with us, they're typically new to this, right? TV, even though it's been around a while, it takes a little time to sort of work through how it is you want to organize the audiences. So we have a proposal development team that works with the advertisers in order to identify the target audience. Okay, that can be based on first party data, that is data they own, third party data, that is data we'll provide in order to create the audience they want to reach, and then determine the geographic targeting at whatever scale they want. Could be local, could be national, really at any level they're looking to market their products and services and so forth. And then we get to determine what the budget needs to be, because not every advertiser is ready to jump in full bore. They want to test it out. They want to learn how the data moves. They get comfortable with it. And as the results come in, the investment scales accordingly, right? And that's the beauty of what CTV does. It is a digital product, right? Every CTV is as much a digital product as a mobile phone. So there's actual measurement, just like digital. So it can be bought like digital. It can be measured like digital, right? And so that gives advertisers the confidence they need in order to begin scaling up buys, and all based on performance.
Right, it's fascinating. I mean, to me, it seems like anybody that had a private label that works will work here too. It's just more eyeballs, and it's fascinating. And Scott and Mark, you guys will be at the event, right?
Yep, we're gonna
We
be
will
there.
be there.
I already booked my airline ticket.
All right. We're looking forward to see you, and thank you so much for coming on. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All
Ed.
right.
Appreciate it. Cheers.